chapter 10, you talk about the faith in the grand design, and you've already been touching upon it. You've got some wonderful recommendations on how we can man up or woman up and create sort of the reality that we want. It's back to, I found your book very empowering, because it's all about taking back control over your own wellness and your own life, instead of assuming that somebody else is responsible. You know, I got sick, well, it's the doctor's problem now to fix me. This is more about, you can create the reality that you want. And just because of interest of time, you know, you talk about psychedelics, ecstatic dance, which I do, silent meditation, kundalini, qigong, breath work. Which is the one that you would recommend for most people? Which of these have you found to be most effective?
Yeah, so this is the chapter I lose a lot of people. There's a lot of criticism about this chapter, and I
that.
I get it. Yeah, you know, because listen, I have a lot of polarities within me, and I, you know, I can play, you know, Dr. Scientist, and we can talk about the microbiome and epigenetics, or I can play in the spiritualist playgrounds. And this book, I think, is I don't know, there aren't a ton of examples out there that bridge that world, right? Because the spiritual books don't really talk much about the body, and certainly not about medications. And then the medical health and wellness books like don't always go deep into, you know, the dark night and a lot of shadow work and that kind of stuff. So my hope is that this is like a broad menu. And this chapter is really for those who want to go deeper, you know, and maybe you're a former atheist like me, you know, and you don't understand what it means to feel connected to everything on the planet, or you don't know what people are talking about when they talk about God. You know, what does it mean to feel totally perfect, right? Or beautiful? Like, what is it to feel rapture? What is it to feel a kind of awe or ecstasy that just has tears streaming down your face? Like, these are experiences that shouldn't be reserved for, you know, this select few on the planet. This is part of the range of human dynamism that we should all be entitled to access. It's just some of us may need a little more assistance than others. And that's where these tools come in. I mean, certainly if I had to pick one, I would choose dance, because I believe that our bodies are designed for this kind of movement that is purposeless, if you will, you know, where it's not athletics and it's not team sports and it's not even running from point A to point B. It's just simply for the joy of it. And I am a big believer in community-based dance, because, you know, you can turn on music in your room and that's great. And if you want to get a little comfortable in your body starting there, that's perfect. But when you come into a field of individuals who are all, and you know, from ecstatic dance, it's not about looking hot, and it's not about like, you know, being sexy in your body. It's a therapy, right? So the music is meant to help you come into your body and potentially move and release stored emotion. Now, that concept would have sounded way woo-woo to me until I learned about the work of Candace Pert, you know, who wrote Molecules of Emotion and is one of the founders of psychoneuroimmunology. It's a real concept, you know, and there are different modalities that can help you access that. Kundalini is one of them. Kundalini is definitely not for everyone, but I'm not sure that I think everyone can dance. Everyone can dance. And I think everyone should. And there are no side effects. There are no risks. And within 2 hours, you know, I went to ecstatic dance. Our friends lead every month. And there was a newbie there, and she started, you know, crying at the end. And she said, this was the most incredible experience of my life. All we did was dance in a dark room for 2 hours. So that's all it takes. You know, it's kind of like if you've ever done eye gazing, you know, where you just stare at somebody for like 2 minutes, invariably both people are crying, you know, that's all it takes. It's like, we're so ready. We're so ready. And we just need those conditions to humanize and remember, you know, who we are in our essence, which is
Exactly.
You know, joy-filled individuals and in bodies that are themselves a bliss technology.
I think dance is the truest form of self-expression, and I think anybody who says otherwise hasn't given it a chance.
Given it a chance.
Um, it is my favorite way to just let go. And I'll go to Zumba classes. There's a new Bollywood Zumba class we have at our local.
I've heard about this, but I haven't been. I'm a huge Zumba fan, and I haven't been to this new one, but I'm very excited about it.
You got to try the Bollywood Zumba. It is so much fun. And
So fun.
I actually cried the last time I was doing the Bollywood Zumba because I was just so incredibly, radiantly happy just to be leaping and jumping and spinning. And it's just truly remarkable. Kelly, this book is, I think, the path forward to so many people out there who are ready. They're ready. You know, they know they cannot continue the way they've been living. And they're at that point, because like you rightly said, you have to get that point of sort of, I can't take this anymore. There has to be a better way, in order to then transition into that prescription level commitment that your 30-day plan requires, or frankly, any healing plan requires. You can't do 2 days yes, 2 days no. You just can't.